Okay, so natapos tayo dito yung Tuesday, laws of exponents and logarithms. Um, Pinag-aralan natin yung mga rules dito. Ito yung mga laws of exponents and logarithms na kailangan natin maalala. Okay, now let's look at some examples on how to apply these laws of exponents and logarithms. Halimbawa, we write 2 to the power 2x times 5 to the power x as, as, as an exponential expression with a single base. Okay. So dito, iba yung bases, magkaiba yung exponent rin. So gagawin natin kung single base, ibig sabihin dapat pareho sila ng exponents. So, ang 2 to the power, tama ba yung sinabi ko yun? Teka lang, wait lang. With a single base, okay, kung single base ito, dapat gawin natin pareho ang exponent nila. By the laws of exponents, yung 2 to the power 2x, pwede mo siya isulat as 2 squared to the power x. Kasi pwede mong pagsamahin itong dalawang ito by this rule here. Ito. Ito yung, ito yung meron tayo ngayon. Ito yung gagawin natin. So, 2 squared to the power x, that would be 4 to the power x. Now that we have the same exponents, pwede natin pagsamahin yung bases. That will be 4 times 5 to the power x. And so we get 20 to the power x. How about find the exact value of log 6 base 2 minus log 15 base 2 plus log 20 base 2. Now, since pare-pareho sila ng bases, pwede natin invoke yung itong mga techniques ito. Pag pare-pareho ng mga bases. This part here. So, we're working this way. Parang kanina, we're working this way. From right. Okay. So, itong dalawang ito, dahil pareho ng bases at may subtraction tayo, we can combine these two numbers as ratio. Log 6 over 15 base 2 plus log of 20 base 2. Dahil naka-add sila, i-multiply natin itong dalawang ito. So we get 6 over 15 times 20. So ito yun. Pareho lang yung dalawang notations na yun, or expressions. So 6 over 6 times, okay, mas madali yung 6 over 15. 6 over 15, that would be, this would be 2, this would be 5. Okay? Tapos may 5 ka dito, may 20, so matitira dito, 4. Okay, so you get log of 8 base 2. So ano yung value dito? So imagine yung x muna yan. So, i-convert mo na lang itong part na ito. So, 2 to the power x is equal to 8. Saan mo i-erase si 2 para makuha ng 8? X has to be 3. So, you get here. X is equal to 8. Okay, for this one, hindi po na yan. Okay. So, ipakilala natin ngayon yung number e muna. So, for now, pabalikan natin ito soon. So, may bago tayo mapakalang number, itong remark muna ang tingnan natin. Okay, later on, babalikan natin yung itong nakikita ninyong formal definition. Ito yung formal definition talaga, pero for now, yung remark muna tayo. Ano ba itong number ito? The number is irrational. And in the first few decimal places, we have 8 is equal to 2.718 to 81, dot, 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 and so on. Okay? Later on, papakita natin kung paano na-develop itong number ito. Actually, siya na-develop or paano siya na-discover yung number ito. So, bakit kailangan ng E? So, special number itong E kasi we can now define what we call the natural exponential function which is e to the x. Kanina a to the x tayo, no? Halimbawa, yung mga 2 to the x, 5 to the x, and so on. But we have a special kind of exponential function, yung natural exponential function. So, hindi na pagkakaiba yun sa iba, nilagyan mo ng adjective na to, natural. So, e to the x. And we also have yung compositional inverse na, yung natural logarithmic function, yung ln x. Or, that is just log of x base e. Okay. Now, given the fact that they are compositional inverses of each other, we have here the following. Ito, dito nyo na madaling maalala ngayon. Ito yung mga rules na nakita natin last meeting. Saan ba? Oops, that one. Itong mga to. Okay, mas madaling na maalala. Pag nag-generalize din yung concept ng MN. So, how do we do that? Kasi, itong unang to, ang E tsaka LN, inverse sila ng isa't isa. So, sabihin mo F inverse ito. So, F of F inverse of X is equal to E to the F inverse of X. Pero, saan ba equal ang F inverse? E to the ln X. So, nangyayari yung E tsaka ln nagka-cancel. We get X. Also, F inverse of F of X ay equal sa ln of F of X, which is equal to ln of e to the x. By the laws of exponents, itong x bababa dito. Nangyayari x ln. So magka-cancel yung ln tsaka. Okay? So yun yung parang madaling maalala. So you have it. Now, dahil ang e to the x, it's a special type of exponential function. Ganito rin ang itsura ng graph niya. Pag ganito rin ang itsura. So dahil pag ganyan din ang itsura ng e to the x, we can also talk about yung x-intercept at y-intercept niya. Okay? So, ganyan din ang graph ng e to the x, wala siyang x-intercept, pero meron siyang y-intercept. So, ano ibig sabihin pag may y-intercept ka? Pag may y-intercept ka, y is equal e to the x, ibig sabihin, y-intercept corresponds to y-intercept corresponds to x is equal to 0. So y is equal to e to the 0. Pero from the graph, ano ba ang ano natin? Value ng e to the 0. Ano ba ang y value? That would be 1. So we get here, 1 is equal to e to the 0. So ito yung sinasabi na parang, pwede yung isipin na any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. Yun yan, any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. Except 0. Yung 0 to 0 ay hindi equal to 1. Okay? So, saan yung part na yun? E to the 0. Ay, hindi pa natin na ano yun. So, ito yung sinama ko lang pala yun. Ito yung part. So, furthermore, ano na lang e to the 1? E to the 1. E. Okay. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Sa part na to, kapag kinuha mo yung ln of both sides, ln e to the power 0 is ln 1. Bababa yung 0, 0 is equal to ln 1. Okay? Ito yung part na yun. ln 1 is 0. Tapos, dito rin, ln of e to the power 1 is equal to e. Bababa yung 1, 1, ln e. Ay, ang nangyari? Sorry, mali. Mali. ln e to the power 1 is equal to e. Anong ginagawa? Mali. Baliktad. Sorry. E to the power 1 is equal to e. ln e to the power 1 is equal to ln e. Nakalimutan ko yung ln lagay. Bababa yung 1. 1 is equal to ln e. Ito kasi dalawang ito magka-cancel. So, ang ln e ay 1. So, ang kailangan nyo maalala dito sa ln. ln1 ay 0, lne ay 1. Ito naman, e to the 0 ay 1, e to the 1 ay e. Yan yung dalawang kailangan maalala dito. I-erase mo sa 0, i-erase mo sa 1. Yung e. Ito naman, lalagay mo 1, e. Walang ln0 ha, walang ln0. Okay? So, ln1, 0. So, para maalala nyo na lang ito yung alalahanin nyo. E to the 0 is 1. E to the 1 is e. So, lagyan nyo na ng ln both sides. ln. Para ma-achieve itong part nito. Okay? Yung dalawang yan. So, we have this rule here, ln is equal to 1. Now, by this part here, ito yung sinabi ko na babalikan natin na change of base. Ibig sabihin nito, log of m base A is equal to log of m base B, log of A base B. So, pag ang pinili mong base, hindi random, kunyari log of 2 base 10. Pwede mo siya isulat as log of 2 base 3 over log of 10 base 3. Okay. Pero pwede mo rin siya isulat as log of 2 base 10 is equal to log of 2 base 2, base 2 pipiliin mo, over log of 10 base 2. Parang ito yung pinag-swap mo, m tsaka a. M tsaka a. Nag-swap sila. Pero ano ba ang log of 2 base 2? That will just be equal to 1. Okay? Kasi ano yung saan mo i-erase, ibig sabihin ng x, saan mo i-erase 2 to the power x is equal to 2. Saan mo siya i-erase? Hindi sa 1. Okay? Can 3 there be any number? And yes, pwede. Kunyari, log of 2 base 10, pwede rin log of 2 base pi over log of 10 base pi. Pwede. In fact, ang pinaka-importante rito ginagamit na b ay log of 2 base 10. Ang ginagamit, log base e of 2 over log of 10 base e. So this would be equal to ln2 over ln10. Ito yung kadalasang ginagamit. Yung ln ang ginagamit. Kino-convert mo yung basic logarithm to natural logarithm. So ln ang usual na ginagamit. Okay? Sabi ko, pabalikan ko to kapag na ituro na yung ln. Kasi ln talaga ang kadalasang ginagamit. So ito yung part. Okay. And dahil dyan, dito sa part na to, yung a to the x, pwede mo rin siya, kasi yung kumbaga yung any logarithm, pwede mo i-convert into ln. Paano yung any exponential? Pag exponential ba, paano ko siya isusulat na e to the power something? Para fair naman sa kung ang logarithm, ang basic, yung any logarithm, i-convert ko to ln. Bakit yung ano? Pwede rin. Kasi, ang a to the x, ang gawin mo, uh, i-ln mo sa a to the x. Pero pag in-ln mo yan, ibang number na ito. Magkaibang number na yung dalawang yan. So, para ma-preserve mo yung equality ng dalawang ito, erase mo sa e. That way, yung e tsaka ln, nagka-cancel lang. Okay? E and ln cancels out. So, ang magkakaroon ka, ito, e to the power ln ax. By the rules for logarithm, itong x, pababa lang. So, we get e to the power x ln a. So, these two here are equal. Okay? Okay na, kahit hindi mo na maalala ito. Actually, kailangan maalala nito kasi babalikan natin to kapag nag-differentiation na tayo. Itong dalawang ito. Okay? I-convert natin yung mga logarithm function natin, pati mga exponential function natin, into natural logarithm and natural exponential respectively. Okay? Okay. So let's look at this one here. Express 3 to the power x plus 2 in terms of the natural exponential function. So 3 to the x plus 2, etong part na to, ito yung 3 to the x plus 2, we just write it as e to the power ln 3x plus 2. Tapos yung x plus 2, bababa siya dahil exponent lang siya, e to the x plus 2 ln 3. That's it. Na-express mo yung exponential function natin as a, what do you call this one? As a natural exponential function. How about x to the power sin x in terms of the natural exponential function? Ganun din, it will be equal to e to the power ln x sin x. So dito kasi, yung base mo, number, exponent mo, variable. Pero pwede ka rin magkaroon ng variable raised to a variable. So we will discuss this more soon. So variable raised to a variable, sin x, pababa lang siya. The sin x, ln x. Okay, we haven't delved yet sa mga sin x, yung mga trigonometric. Babalikan natin itong mga trigonometric. Mamaya. Itong mga trigonometric or circular functions. Okay. Oops. Getting head. Okay. Kasi yung what na yun? Ito pala, na-skip ko siya. Okay. Okay. So, na-skip ko pala to bago tayo bumalik ng inverse trig. Let's look first at circular and trigonometric functions. Ano ba itong mga circular and trigonometric functions? Okay. So, we have encountered this one before. So, ang pinaka-importante dito na maalalang graphs, yung mga graphs, sine and cosine. Pero importante lahat no circular functions na ma-encounter natin, including tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Okay? Pero sa graph, ang pinaka-importante maalala, yung graph ng sine and cosine. So, before we do that, alalahanin muna natin kung ano yung point function. Ang point function, ito yung nag-give birth sa circular functions. So, the point function is, well, medyo ano pa siya, no? Ang weird nung notation na it's a function whose domain is the set of real numbers and whose codomain is ito yung Cartesian product R cross R. Okay? R squared. R cross R. Cartesian product lang siya. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang point dito, halimbawa, yung 1, pinadadala mo siya halimbawa sa ordered pair na 1, 2. Yan. Okay? We will delve more onto this, yung mga point function, yung mga ganitong expression when we go to Math 84. Pero for now, ang sinasabi lang nito, tila may you have here an angle theta. Angle theta, that angle theta is sent to a point on a circle. Yun ang sinasabi. So, you have here an angle theta, and it's associated to a point on your circle, x comma y. Okay, so another interpretation here is x comma y is the point on the unit circle making an arc length of, ito yung arc length natin, theta, from the point 1, 0, measured counterclockwise if theta is greater than 0, and clockwise if theta is less than 0. Okay. Again, sa math 84 natin ito, aayusin, pero for now, yung arc, kasi may mga parts yung circle. Radius, diameter, then may mga numbers associated with circles, namely yung circumference, area. Dito, circumference, etong part na to, you can say na it's a part of the circumference. Pero segment lang siya ng circumference. Segment lang siya. And we call it an arc length. Okay. Now, um, sabihin mo natin na yung length, yung laki nito or haba nito ay equal sa angle na sinasubtend. Ito, so subtend, what you mean sinasubtend? Yung pag-open. Pag-open nitong terminal side ng angle mo. Ito yung terminal side ng angle mo. Ito yung initial side, terminal. Tapos, may sinasubtend siyang angle na theta. Yung sinasubtend, yung measure ng angle na ito ay equal sa arc length na kinakain nung, nung angle natin. For now, equal mo na sila. But we will give a um, general idea about this. Pagdating natin for ayusin natin to. Pero for now, pag unit circle ka, okay? Unit circle, this, yung sukat ng angle na to, tsaka yung arc length na to, pareho lang. Okay? For now, yun muna yung ano natin. Pareho muna sila. It only applies for unit circle. Pero for general circle, hindi. Okay? So, halimbawa, we have here, okay, pi. Nasaan yung pi angle? O nga pala, sa atin sa Math 83, we're in radian mode. Hindi tayo degree, ha? Okay? Radian mode tayo. So you have here pi. So ano yung pi? Gaano kalaki ang pi? Here is 0. Ang pi, ito yung opening niya. So, ito yung pi angle. Ano yung point na nagpo-correspond sa kanya? Sa unit circle, that would be negative 1, 0. How about 3 pi over 2? 3 pi, 3 pi. 3 pi over 2, that's approximately 270 degrees. So that would be around here. So ano yung nagpo-correspond na point sa kanya? That would be 0, negative 1. How about P of 0? P of 0, ibig sabihin 0, 0 radian ito, hindi siya na-open. Ito lang siya. So, ano yung point sa unit circle na mag-correspond? 1, 0. Okay. How about P of negative 3 pi over 2? Negative 3 pi over 2. So, dahil negative ito, we go clockwise. So, negative, ito yung negative pi over 2. Negative pi. Negative 3 pi over 2. Okay? So, we end up here, 0, 1. Okay. How about P of negative 5 pi over 2? So we have here negative 1 pi over 2, negative 2 pi over 2, cancel, negative 3 pi over 2, negative 4 pi over 2, that's negative 2 pi, negative 5 pi over 2. So, umikot siyang pagano. So, pagano. Magka-correspond sa kanya. 0 to 1. And finally, 7 pi, negative 1, 0. Ay, bakit 7 pi? So, ito yung 0 pi, ito yung pi over 2, ito yung 2 pi over 2, which is pi. So, ito yung 0 pi, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi. So, you get an idea. Nandito yung mga even, nandito yung mga odd na multiples ni pi. So, ang 7 pi magko-correspond sa negative 1, 0. Okay? It has to be the point. So, wala kayong makikita dapat dito class na 0, 0, ha? Wala. Kasi it has to be on the unit circle. Ang 0, 0 ay wala sa unit circle. Yung boundary lang ang kinoconsider natin. Hindi kasama yung ano. Hindi kasama yung interior. Only the boundary. Okay? So, anong kinalaman nitong mga numbers? Itong mga, yan. Kasi may mga pi tayo. Kasi parang hindi naman natin inaral pa to eh. Yung at ang domain natin R tapos ang codomain natin R to the power 2 or R plus R pareho. Wala pa tayong napaka-general nung idea. So, kakalasin natin itong part na to, itong R2. Kumbaga, itong point function P, mag-give birth siya sa mga bagong function na mas madali nating mag-grasp. And ito yung tinatawag na sine function and cosine function. So, sinasabi, let theta be an real number. Theta yon, yung andito, theta itong mga to, and such that p of theta is equal to x, 1. So may nakukuha, not necessarily, basta isipin nyo, baka negative 1, 0, or 0, 1 lang mga nakukuha, yung mga multiples lang ni, baka isipin nyo, mga multiples lang ni 1 tsaka ni negative 1 ang lumalabas. Yun eh. So, again, nasa unit circle tayo lahat. Okay? What's that? Tayo sumulat. Wait lang, class. So, yung settings. Settings. Ito na lang. Nangyari. Ayun yung sumulat. Okay. Wait lang. What's happening here? Wait, pause ko lang yung recording. Okay. So, hindi laging multiples ni 1 tsaka negative 1 lang yung makikita natin dito. Pwede rin ano. You can see other numbers. Katulad ng mga square root of 2 over 2, square root of 3 over 2. And I believe nandito yung mga Achilles heel ng iba, yung hindi maalala kung ano yung mga points ng unit circle. So, carefully lang, mga points ng unit circle. So you have here 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Okay. Sa quadrant 1, ang x tsaka y positive. Quadrant 2, y positive, xi negative. Quadrant 3, negative ang x, negative ang y. Quadrant 4, positive x, negative y. Okay. So, why did I point it out? Ang kailangan nyo lang maalala, quadrant 1. Anything else, it's just a mirror, imimimik nyo na yung mga values dito, 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 at dito. And then you just have to write kung negative ba sila or positive. Okay? Notice dito negative, 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 negative. Kasi negative yung x, negative yung y. Okay? Now, you start with 1. Nandito tayo mag-start. Okay? So 1, 0 yan. Ito, 0, 1. Tapos may 3 numbers in between dito. Ito yung, okay, so yung 1, 0, it corresponds to 0. And 0, 1 corresponds to pi over 2. Now, ito yung first two numbers, pi over 6 and pi over 3. So, pag-open yung angle natin ng pi over 6, tapos yung sunod na opening, 2 pi over 6. 2 pi over 6 is pi over 3. So, ito yung mga multiples ni pi over 6. Pi over 6 and pi over 3. Pi over 6, that is 30 degrees. Pi over 3, that is 60 degrees. So, pi over 6, ito siya, gawa ka ng triangle. Ito yung triangle na nun. So, it's 30 degrees. Okay? So, meron kang triangle. Sorry. Triangle ka. Ito yung 30 degrees. Ito yung hypotenuse mo lagi. Ito yung hypotenuse, ito yon. Dahil unit circle ka, ang length ng radius na ito ay it's always 1. Okay. Kasi ito yung angle natin, 30 degrees. Yung angle, yung side na opposite sa kanya, I think opposite, it will always have a length half of the hypotenuse. So this one will always be labeled as 1/2. Mas maikli. Okay, that's the second rule. And last, ano tong part ito? We got this part here, use the Pythagorean theorem. Yung Pythagorean theorem, that would be, alam natin na hypotenuse squared is equal to, or familiar, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. A. So ito yung A, ito yung B. Yung C, 1. So we have here 1 squared is equal to 1/2 squared plus b squared. So we have 1 is equal to 1/4 plus b squared. So we get here 1 minus 1/4 equal to b squared. 1 minus 1/4, you can write it as 4 over 4 minus 1 over 4 is equal to b squared. So you get 4 minus 1 over 4 is equal to b squared. So we get 3 over 4 is equal to b squared. So b is equal to plus or minus the square root of 3 over 4. So that would be b is equal to plus or minus the square root of 3 over square root of 4. Pwede i-distribute ang, ano siya man siya, 3 to the power 4. Square root of 3/4 ay equals to 3/4 to the power 1/2. So pwede mo i-distribute yung 1/2 sa numerator, 1/2 sa denominator. You get this one here. So you get your plus or minus square root of 3 over 2. Pero given tayo ng fact na yung x value dito ay positive, so we have here b plus or minus square root of 3 over 2. Kaso positive ang x, ang pipili natin positive. And so you get this one here. Yung part na to, square root of 3. So, kaya itong part na to is square root of 3 over 2. Ito, 1/2. Ito ay 1. Now, if you go to pi over 3, ito naman siya. Gagawa ka rin ng triangle. Okay? So, ito yung triangle mo. Tapos, ito na yung 60 degrees. This is still 1. Okay? Now, ito, yung shorter side, yun yung 1/2. Ano yung shorter side? Ito naman yung shorter side. Ito yung 1/2. By the Pythagorean theorem, ito ulit, itong mahabang to lalabas is square root of 3. Okay? So madali siyang maalala. It jumps between the two values, 1/2 and square root of 3 over 2 kapag 30 degrees and 60 degrees. But if you now go to pi over 4, that would be 4 to 5 degrees. So you get this, nakalimutan ko yun. Equilateral. Isosceles triangle. So we get this isosceles triangle. So, ito 45 degrees. So, 90. So, ano itong isang to? 45 degrees. Okay. Ito yung radius natin. 1 pa rin yan. Tapos, sino yung smaller side? Ang problema yon. Kasi itong 45 tsaka 45 equal sila. Hindi mo pwede sabihin ito yung smaller side. Hindi mo pwede sabihin ito yung smaller side. What you can say is these two sides are equal. Equal tong dalawang sides na to. So we have here 1 squared by the Pythagorean theorem is equal to a squared plus b squared. Pero dahil equal sila, a and b are equal, we get 1 is equal to a squared plus a squared. So 1 is equal to 2a squared. So we get 1/2 is equal to a squared. Get the square root of both sides. A is equal to plus or minus square root of 1/2. So makukuha natin, a is equal to plus or minus square root of 1 over square root of 2 is equal to plus or minus 1 over the square root of 2. Okay. And then we do what they call we rationalize the denominator. So rationalize the denominator, we multiply square root of 2 all over square root of 2 to both numerator and denominator. Kasi para makancel to 1 lang yan. So pag ni-rationalize yan, we get here A is equal, C at tama A pala. A is equal to plus or minus 1 over square root of 2 times square root of 2 over square root of 2. We get plus or minus square root of 2 over square root of 2 times square root of 2. That would be square root of 4. So we get here plus or minus square root of 2 over 2. And dahil yung x natin and y dito ay positive, which consider natin positive now. And so we get the familiar square root of 2 over square. Okay? So that's how you can remember this. Ito lang yung kailangan nyo maalala. Itong tatlong to. Now, if you go to 2 pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, ito yung triangle naman ninyo ngayon. Of course, ito yung angle ninyo. Diba? Ito yung angle ninyo. Isipin ninyo, ito yung triangle ninyo ngayon. Well, in some sense, tama yon. Pero nasa quadrant 2 pa na, so i-consider mo na itong portion na to. So ito yung magiging triangle mo sa quadrant to. Okay? So notice, ito yung radius mo pa rin, 1. So nasa yung 1/2. Ito. Pero dahil yung x mo negative dito, negative 1/2. Tapos ito yung y mo. Okay? Ano itong part na to? That would be square root of 3 over 2. And positive yan kasi y ito. Y is positive. Okay? So 5 pi over 6, ito naman yun. Ganun ulit, ito yung triangle mo. Okay? So ito yung 1 mo pa rin. Ito na yung smaller side mo. This is 1/2. And since ito yung y mo, this is positive. Ito yung x mo, negative. Negative is square root of 3 over 2. Okay? And ito yung 3 pi over 4. 3 pi over 4 equal itong dalawang, 3 pi over 4 equal itong dalawang side na ito. So ito 1. Ito square root of 2 over 2. Square root of 2 over 2 din. Pero ito positive. Ito negative. Kumbaga, lahat na nandito nag-negative. Mapa-square root of 3 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, or 1/2. Nagiging negative sila dyan. Okay? So, ano nga yung cosine and sine? Na anong kinalaman ng mga angles na to sa mga points na to? So, yung cosine of theta, we are going to associate it with x, the x coordinate. Okay? Yung y, yung sine of theta will be associated to the y value. Okay? So, halimbawa, ano ang kanina point function na point of 0, kunyari, point of, pag tinanong natin, ano ang point function of pi over 6, ang sagot is square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. Okay. Pero ngayon, yung p, papalitan na natin ng cosine. Cosine pi over 6, it would just be the x value, the square root of 3 over 2. Okay? Ayun yan. Ano naman ang sine of pi over 6? Sine pi over 6, that would be 1/2. Ito yung y value. And to remember that, i-drawing mo talaga lagi yung unit circle and gagawa ka talaga ng mga triangles lagi. Kung hindi nyo maalala, yung pag naalala nyo na talaga, kahit direction na kayo, yung mga sine pi over 3, well actually, the-drawing pa rin ako, sine pi over 3, the-drawing mo siya, ito yon yung mahaba, square root of 3 over 2. Square root of 3 over 2. Ayun. So, it really, pag it just really gets a sense of yung geometry talaga nung unit circle natin para maalala mo yung mga values. So, kunyari, cosine 3 pi over 2. Cosine 3 pi over 2, that would be 270 degrees. So, nandito kang yun. Ito yun. Okay, hindi natin diniscussion, no? Ito yung mga, paano pag nag-fall sila dito sa mga axis, atong mga ano talaga, positive x-axis, positive y-axis. Mas dali silang maalala kasi ito, 1, 0 ito 0, 1, negative 1, 0, 0, negative 1. So, cosine 3 pi over 2 ay yung x-coordinate, 0. Okay? Ang sine 3 pi over 2, yung y-coordinate, negative 1. Actually, nag, hindi sila nagsaswap na ito, 1, 0, 0, 1. How about cosine 9 pi over 2? 9 pi over 2, bilang ka lang. So, 9 pi over 2, this would be pi over 2. 3 pi over 2, 3. Tapos, asan yung 4 pi over 2? 4 pi over 2, that would be equal to 2 pi. Okay, ito yun. 2 pi. Hilo ko din bigla. Okay. Pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2. Actually, hindi efficient 'yung ginagawa ko. Pero may technique ang ituro mamaya. 4 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, 6 pi over 2, 7 pi over 7 pi over 2, 8 pi over 2, 9 pi over 2. So, ang 9 pi over 2 nandito. So, 9 pi over 2 dahil sine ito, that would be 1. Okay? 1 yan. Now, ano yung pinakamadaling technique? 9 pi over 2. So, 9 pi over 2. Express this as multiple of 2 pi. Tatanggalin mo lagi yung multiple ni 2 pi. So, you can write this as 8 pi over 2 plus pi over 2. Kasi ito, multiple siya ni 2 pi. We get here 4 pi. Okay? So, lagi niyo tatanggalin yung mga multiples ni 2 pi. So, 4 pi, pwede mo tanggalin to. So, you get this part here, pi over 2. At yung pi over 2, nagko-correspond ito. Bakit multiple si 2 pi? Kasi after 2 pi, nakaikot ka ng ganyan. So, ito yung 2 pi, 4 pi, plus pi over 2. 9 pi over 2. Okay? So, how about cosine 15 pi? Tanggalin mo rin yung multiples ni 2 pi. So, pinakamalaking multiple dito ni 2 pi ay 2 pi, hindi si 14 pi. No? Ay, tama, si 14 pi. 14 pi. So, matitira sa'yo, 14 pi plus pi. So, ito ay 2 times 7 pi. So, ito nga yun. Okay? 14 pi plus pi. Ang galing mo to, 14 pi, you end up with pi. So, you get cosine 15 pi is negative. Okay? May question muna so far. Sana naalala to from trigonometry, yung high school. Okay. So we have these two new functions, cosine theta and sine theta. Now, because pinalitan lang natin yung x by cosine theta, y by sine theta, basically itong p of theta equal na sa cosine theta, comma, sine theta. At dahil dyan, ito ay cosine theta lamang, ito sine theta. And by the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Yung a ay sine squared theta. Ito ay plus cosine squared theta is equal to, ito yung c, pero ang value ng c ay 1. So we get 1 squared. Pero ito equals to 1. So we get yung fundamental Pythagorean identity na cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta is equal to 1. So, alalahanin natin ito yung relationship ng dalawang. Actually, may pa ng relationship. Ito yung una. May outline tayo ng relationships later on. So, ano ang domain natin? Ang domain, kasi functions tayo, ang domain ng cosine at sine, dahil ina-admit nila yung theta as their argument, f of theta, kumbaga, yung x, kino-correspond sa buong cosine theta, buo, kasama yung cosine. Pero yung theta, kahit anong number yan dito, theta is equal to, pwede ko 15 or pi over 12, pwede pa yan. Okay. So, pwede yan kahit anong number. Pi over 12, nakita niyo, 15 pi, kahit anong number. So, we have here, ang domain ng cosine at ang domain ng sine is a set of all real numbers or any angle ang pwede, any measure na number. Ano na naman ang range? Ang range ng sine and cosine, you can see here, ito ang range. Cosine, yung makukuha na lang natin ng mga values dito ng x. Okay? So, it spans from square root of 3 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, 1 half, 0, 1. So, sa part na to, anong sinasabi? Well, here, cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta is equal to 1. So, pag tinanggal mo tong sine squared theta, si cosine squared, kumbaga, para lumaki itong si cosine squared theta, kailangan pa siya dagdagan ng sine squared theta para lang mag-equal sa 1. So, ang cosine squared theta less than or equal to 1. So, dahil less than siya, yung cosine mas liliit pa. Cosine is less than or equal to 1. In fact, pag in-square root mo yan, magkakaroon ka ng plus or minus 1. And so you get here, ang range ng cosine, it ranges from negative 1 to 1. Ang value niya, hindi pwede na mag-pass ng negative 1 to 1. And we can observe it from the unit circle. 1 ang pinakamalaki niyang value, 0 ang pinakamaliit niya. 1 ang pinakamalaki niyang value, negative 1 ang pinakamaliit niyang value. Sa y naman, anong sign? 1 ang pinakamalaki niyang value, negative 1 ang pinakamaliit niyang value. So we have here range. And finally, cosine theta plus 2k pi, ito yung ginagawa natin. Kunin mo lang yung multiples, yung even multiples ni pi or multiples. Kasi ito even multiples ni pi or multiples ni k times 2 pi. Multiples ni k times ni 2 pi, pag tinanggal mo yan, you go back to the original value. Ganun din sa amin. Okay? We have ang tawag dito, periodic. Okay? Periodic function. So, ayan yung mga inaral natin, odd function, even function. So, ito yung next adjective natin sa function, periodic function. But this one usually is applicable siya kapag may concept ng circular or trigonometric function. Yung adjective na periodic. Okay, kasi periodic, umuulit siya. Okay? So, ayan yung so, idadagdag natin sa arsenal of adjectives na nalalaman natin, periodic function. Okay. Now, we have this next one. Sine of negative theta is negative sine theta. And cosine of negative theta is cosine theta. So, naalala ba yan yung f of negative x is equal to negative f of x. Tsaka f of negative x is equal to f of x. Kapag ganyan yung case, f of negative x is equal to f of x, it is called even. Pag f of negative x is equal to negative f of x, we have what we call on. So ang sine function, sine of negative theta is negative sine theta. So, ano na natin to? Tignan na natin graphically. Okay, so ito yung sine, halimbawa, sine pi over 3. Oops, sorry, hindi pala nakita. Okay na ito, sine pi over 4. Sine pi over 4 is square root of 2. Ang sine pi over 4 I is square root of 2 over 2. How about sine of negative pi over 4? Ano ang negative pi over 4? You go clockwise. Clockwise yon, ito yon, 7 pi over 4. Ito rin ang negative pi over 4. So, ano ang value ng sine? Sine negative pi over 4. Sine negative pi over 4, yun yung 7 pi over 4, you get here, negative is square root of 2 over 2. Pero nakita natin kanina, ang square root of 2 over 2 ay negative sine pi over 4. So, kumbaga, pag sine, lumalabas yung negative. Paano naman pag cosine? Pag cosine, ito naman, okay, cosine pi over 4 ay equal sa square root of 2 over 2. Ano naman ang cosine negative pi over 4? Cosine negative pi over 4, you get the same value. The square root of 2 over 2. So, pareho sila. Okay, so we have here, ang sine ay isang odd periodic function. Ito namang cosine, it's an even periodic function. Okay? O, tanong, mayroon mga iba pa tayong adjective, yung mga positive function. Positive function ba ang cosine? Is it a positive, even, periodic function? Ang ibig sabihin ng positive, lahat ng values na makukuha natin, cosine of any number, laging positive. Positive ba siya? The answer is no. Kasi ang range niya, negative 1 to 1. So pwede siya magkaroon ng negative value. Halimbawa, cosine pi is negative 1. So ito pa lang, negative na. Clearly, hindi siya isang positive even function. Pero, siya ay isang even periodic function. Okay? Yun yung mga kailangan maalala, yung mga adjectives na to. Okay? Okay. Sige, treating natin. Tapusin natin tapos break muna tayo. Okay? So, anong properties ng sine and cosine function? Ito yung nakita natin kanina. Okay? Domain, range, odd even, periodic, and, dahil pupunta tayo sa graphs nila. Okay. Ano ang graphs ng mga graphs? So, pag may graphs tayo, kasi uh, may domain range, pag may graph, hanapin natin yung x-intercept. Okay. Ang x-intercept, pareho lang yan sa zeros, o pareho lang yan sa term roots. Yung tatlong yan. Pareho lang. So, ano ang zeros niya? Ang zeros ng sine, okay, so kumbaga, sine of theta is equal to 0. Saan nag-zero si sine? So, if you look back in our graph, si sine, nag-zero siya, 0 si sine dito, 0 si sine dito, okay? So, dito lang siya nag-zero. Nag-zero siya sa multiples ni pi. Na pwede siya ay 2 pi, pi talaga. So, pwedeng 1 pi, ito yung 1 pi, ito 0 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, negative 1 pi, ito yung negative 1 pi. Okay, so basta multiple si pi, 0 to. How about si cosine? Si cosine, so ibig sabihin, maraming x-intercept. So si sine, k pi is equal to 0. So sine 0 pi, sine pi, sine negative pi. So infinite ang x-intercept niya. Marami. How about si si cosine naman? Si cosine, nag-zero siya sa multiples ni pi over 2. So, dito, multiple si pi over 2. So, you have your pi over 2. Pero ingat, hindi lang basta-basta k. Okay? Kasi baka ang k mo maging cosine 2 times pi over 2. Magka-cancel yan. Ito yung magiging cosine pi ay negative 1. So, tempting sabihin na multiples ng pi over 2. The correct way is odd multiples Okay? Odd multiples. Yung sa sign, any multiples. Okay? Kahit ano yung K dito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0. Pero sa cosine, ito ay odd lang. So, cosine of 1 times pi over 2, cosine of 3, pi over 3, cosine of negative 1 times pi over 2, we get here 0. Okay, so dapat odd multiple. Ito yung mapipigat lang na kailangan maalala from time to time. So, ito yan. Ang odd multiples na ginamit ay uh, odd multiples is 2k plus 1 times pi over 2. Wag yung medyo, okay, tama rin naman itong ganitong expression or notation. Pero it obscures hindi pinapakita yung yung clarity na it's an odd multiple. Ang odd, 2k plus 1 or 2k minus 1. It's up to you kung ano gusto niyo gamitin, 2k minus 1 or 2k plus 1. Kasi ang 2k, even. Pag nag-add ka ng 1, odd na. Hindi no, sorry, no pun intended. Kapag nagdagdag ka ng 1, odd na ang even. Or nagbawas ka ng 1, odd na ang even. Okay? So, ganun din ang cosine. Multiple, infinite din ang dami ng x-intercepts na. Okay. Kaya pa or you want a break? Break muna o ano? Sige. Sige, break muna tayo. Sige, let's have a break for 13 minutes. Sige, 13 minutes. Let's go back at 10:12. Okay? Sige.
Now, and na. There are other there are other four circular functions of theta. At ito yung mga yon. Madali na maalala. Basta pag naalala mo na yung sine and cosine, the rest can be deduced from them or from sine and cosine. So, ito yung tangent theta, which is sine theta over cosine theta, cotangent theta, cosine theta over sine theta, secant theta, that is 1 over cosine theta, and cosecant theta, yung 1 over sine theta. Okay? So, may mga relationship yan sa isa't isa. So, unahin natin yung tinatawag na Pythagorean relationship. Ano yung Pythagorean relationship? So, alam natin, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. So, what you can say, ang sine at cosine, Pythagorean, pair sila. Okay? Now, sino yung Pythagorean pair ni tangent? Ang Pythagorean pair ni tangent, si secant. This will be a recurring theme pagdating natin sa mga circular function and hyperbolic function later on, na ito yung mga magkaka-pair lagi kapag Pythagorean pair ang tinutukoy ko. So, ano yung tangent at secant? Paano ito na-achieve? So, sa part na ito, like I said, alalahanin lang ninyo lagi ang sine and cosine, you'll be able to recall the other formulas. So, you have here sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. Divide both sides by cosine. Cosine squared theta, cosine squared theta. Ito rin, cosine squared theta. Sine over cosine, that would be tangent squared theta. Plus cosine over cosine, 1 is equal to 1 over cosine, that would be 1 over cosine secant squared theta. And you have this identity. Paano naman itong isang to? You have their sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. Now this time, you divide all sides by sine squared theta. And doing so, we get here sine squared theta over sine squared theta. 1 is equal to cosine over sine, 1 plus cotangent squared theta is equal to cosecant squared theta. So ang cotangent at cosecant, pair sila. So para madali nyo maalala, nandito sa left-hand side, right-hand side yung secant and cosecant. Tapos nasa plus side yung tangent and cotangent. Ang tangent and cotangent, we call them reciprocal pairs naman. Reciprocal pairs. Okay? So pag ganito, Pythagorean pair, pag ganyan, reciprocal pairs. Bakit sa reciprocal?
Kasi ang tangent theta equals sa 1 over cotangent theta. Kasi pag ni-reciprocate mo to, makukuha mo yung cosine theta over sine theta, which is cotangent theta. Ito yun. At ang cotangent theta ay 1 over tangent theta. So reciprocal sila ng isa't isa. Okay? Okay. So here's our magical circle again. So bakit ito ibabalikan? Kasi alamin natin paano yung mga tangent, halimbawa, tangent pi over 3. Tangent pi over 3 is none other than sine pi over 3 over cosine pi over 3. So anong sine pi over 3? Sine pi over 3, that would be square root of 3 over 2 all over 1 half. So magka-cancel yung 1 half. So we get square root of 3 times 2 over 1. Kung saan kayo mas komportable, okay? So we get your square root of 3 over 1. We get the square root of 3. How about secant of 5 pi over 6? Secant of 5 pi over 6 is 1 over cosine of 5 pi over 6. Pero ano ba ang cosine 5 pi over 6? Cosine 5 pi over 6 is 1 over negative square root of 3 over 2. Or that is 1 times 2 over negative square root of 3. And then we rationalize. We multiply square root of 3 over square root of 3. We get 2 square root of 3 over negative square root of 3 times square root of 3, negative 3. So we get this. Or kung gusto nyo, negative 2 square root of 3 over 2. Ilagay nyo sa gitna yung negative. Either way, that's how you solve for it. You just refer back to sine and cosine. Okay? Kasi most of the time, we work around with sine, cosine, and tangent. So kung hindi nyo maalala yung actual values for secant and cosecant, just refer to their reciprocal counterparts. So halimbawa, sine 2 pi over 3. So let's sine 2 pi over 3, that would just be itong part na to, square root of 3 over 2. How about cosine 5 pi over 4? 5 pi over 4 would be 1. Ito yung 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4. So that would be negative square root of 2 over 2. Tangent 11 pi over 6. 11 pi over 6 is in quadrant 4. So that would be negative 1 half over square root of 3 over 2. So you get 1 over 2 times 2 over square root of 3. Cancel to. May kulang ako, negative. So we get here negative 1 over square root of 3. Rationalize square root of 3 over square root of 3. So we get negative square root of 3 over 3. Okay? Secant negative 5 pi over 3. Negative 5 pi over 3, clockwise tayo. So negative 5 pi over 3, negative pi over 3, negative 2 pi over 3. So negative pi, negative pi over 3. Ito pala yun. Kasi ka-mirror niya ito. Ito yung pi over 3. Ito ang 2 pi over, negative pi over 3. Mirror image sila. Negative pi over 3. Okay? Tapos ang negative 2 pi over 3. Ito yon, negative 2 pi over 3. Ito yung ka-image na yon. Ito yung 2 pi over 3. Oh. Ito yung 2 pi over 3. So ito yung negative 2 pi over 3. Negative 3 pi over 3. Okay? Kaya negative 3 pi over 3. Negative 4 pi over 3. Okay. Ay, tama ba? Tama ba ang aking location? Parang mali ang aking location. Teka lang. Tama ang aking location. Negative 4 pi over 3. Ito yung negative 5 pi over 3. Kasi ito yung negative 6 pi over 3 or negative 2 pi. Okay? Negative 5 pi over 3. So negative 5 pi over 3 is pi over 3. Okay? Pi over 3 yun. So, ano ba yung hinihanap? Secant. So that would be secant is equal to 1 over cosine. So this would be secant is equal to 1 over 1/2. We get here 2. Okay? So, same idea for cotangent 17 pi over 6 and cosecant 21 pi over 4. So 17 pi over 6, mas malaki na siya sa 2. Ano no? Tanggalin mo lang yung multiples ni 2 pi. So 6 ito, ano? Pinakamalaking set. So it's 12. 12 pi over 6 plus 5 pi over 6. 12 pi over 6 is 2 pi. Tanggalin mo na yan. So matitira sa'yo 5 pi over 6. And we just work with this one here. So cotangent. Cotangent is just cosine 5 pi over 6 over sine 5 pi over 6. Ano ba ang cosine 5 pi over 6? Cosine 5 pi over 6 is negative square root of 3 over 2 over 1/2. So cancel yung 1/2. So we get negative square root of 3. And finally, 21 pi over 4. 21 pi over 4, you can write it as 20 pi over 4 plus pi over 4. Medyo pangit pala to. 5 pi. Hindi siya multiple ni 2 pi. Pag natin yung multiple ni 2 pi, so 21 pi over 4 is equal to 16 pi over 4 plus 5 pi over 4. Okay? 16 pi over 4, that would now be 4 pi. So, okay, ito tanggalin. Yung 5 pi, hindi kasi pwede tanggalin. Hindi siya multiple ni 2 pi. Pag multiple ni 2 pi, dapat k times 2 pi. Yung 2 pi, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, mga yan. So dito tanggal to. 5 pi over 4. So we just work with this one here. 5 pi over 4. Itong triangle na to. So we're looking for cosecant. So then 1 over sine 5 pi over 4. That is 1 over square root of 2 over 2. So we get 2 over square root of 2. Rationalize square root of 2 times square root of 2. We get 2 square root of 2 over 2. Kasi square root of 2 times square root of 2 ay 2. Cancel to. So we get square root of 2. Negative pala. Ang sign pala dito ay negative. Okay, so negative square root of 2. And that's it. Yun yung para mahanap mo lang yan. Just remember the unit circle. Always remember the unit circle para maalala ninyo. Ito yung kailangan nyo lang maalala na part. Ito lang. Tapos, para-pareho lang yung mga values niyan. Nagiging positive or negative lang. So just remember quadrant 1. Okay? So, dahil function, ang sine and cosine, hindi ito ang graph ng sine and cosine. Okay? Graph ito ng unit circle. The unit circle, ang equation niya, x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. More on this sa math 4. Pero ito, hindi yan function. Kasi by the vertical line test, 2 points, ang circle ay hindi function. Pero, kumbaga, bumuo tayo ng function out of something na hindi function. Okay? So, hindi ito ang graph ng sine and cosine. Okay? Graph ito ng unit circle. We will expound more kung anong relationship ng graph na itong, actually, graph pa rin ng tawag, pero there's a specific term for these kinds of graph na talaga. Anong relationship niya sa mga ganitong graphs? Ito ang graph talaga ng sine function. So, ang sine function, at ito yung x-axis, ito yung y values niya. Okay, kasi isipin niyo, di ba pag sine, siya na nga yung y value. Isipin niyo, ganito. Ito yung x value, yung theta. Ito yung y value ngayon. Yung dependent variable. So cosine theta is equal to x. So theta yung independent variable natin. So kung gusto isipin, ito yung theta. Ito yung x. Pero kasi variable lang naman yan, yung theta pwede mo palitan ng x. Ito palitan mo ng y. So y is equal to cosine x. Okay, tapos yung sine naman, sine of x is equal to 1. Pareho lang yan sa sine of theta is equal to 1. Para-pareho lang yan yung mga ano yan, notation lang yan. Pinalitan natin yung variable lang. So, for example, at x is equal to 0, sine 0 is 0. Sine pi over 2, we get 1. Sine pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2. Sine pi, 0. Sine 3 pi over 2, negative 1. Sine 2 pi, 0. So nakita natin kanina, no? Sine k pi is, ito yung mga x-intercepts niya. Ito yung mga x-intercept niya, multiple ni pi. So pi, 0, negative pi, 2 pi. So we get this graph here. Okay, kaya siya ito makikita yung periodicity. Etong part na to, umuulit siya dito. Ayan, umuulit yung pagiging ano niya. From 0 to 2 pi, umuulit ulit. Okay? And dito yung makikita yung range din. So yung domain natin, itong buong to, number line, ang range natin, it will just be from negative 1 to 1. Kasi pag nagpadaan ka ng horizontal line, ang matamaan mo lang is from negative 1 to 1. Similarly, pag cosine x ka naman, ang graph mo pag ito. So, at 0, 1. Pag pi over 4, square root of 2 ang y value. Pi over 2, 0. Pi, negative 1. 3 pi over 2, 0. So, kapag odd multiples ni pi over 2, yun yung mga x-intercepts niya. Negative 3 pi over 2, negative pi over 2, pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and so on. So pag grinaph mo siya, ito yung makukuha mo. Again, you can see that the range is from negative 1 to 1. And nakikita mo rin, periodic siya. Itong part na to, 0 to 2 pi, umuulit siya dito. So yun yung periodic. Nasa na may even? Pag even function, symmetric ka with respect to the y-axis. Notice, symmetric siya with respect to the y-axis. So even periodic function siya. Ito yung magbibigay ng even sa'yo, ito yung magbibigay ng periodicity sa'yo. Dito naman sa sine, periodic siya, pero odd function siya. Dito siya, may mirror image. Ito, pag nag-mirror image, ito yung makukuha. So, itong part na ito, itong buong curve na to, ito yung makukuha. So, mirror image siya. So, odd periodic function naman siya. Okay? And then, the rest. Okay, ayan. So, pwede mo siyang i-superimpose siya. Hindi natin pag-aaralan yung yung may relationship pa ang sine and cosine yung kapag unit mo siya by pi units, mga ganyan. Tsaka pi over 2 units, mga ganyan. We will not go there yet. Soon na yun. Tingnan natin yung mga graphs pa ng mga ibang trigonometric function. Okay, so hindi naman tayo masyadong mag-graph lagi ng sine and cosine. Ang kailangan nyo lang alahanin talaga yung regular graph ng sine and cosine. Pero kunyari naka-encounter tayo ng f of x is equal to 2 sine x. Ibig sabihin, minamultiply mo lang yung y value ng lahat ng mga y value or ini-stretch mo lang siya by 2 units yung mga y values. So for example, ang f of x equal to sine x, may amplitude siya na 1. Amplitude yung tawag natin doon. Yung naka-multiply dito. So pag 2 ito, i-stretch mo lang ito to 2. Ito, bababa rin ito to negative 2. So, say you have here f of x is equal to 3 sine x, lahat ng mga y values mo, yun yung kailangan mo tignan. Kasi ang naapektuhan lang dito, yung y values. So, you just have to inspect special points. Ano yung mga special points na yon? Yung mga x-intercept, actually mga x-intercepts, hindi mo kailangan tignan kasi ang x-intercept, halimbawa 0, 0. Pag minultiply mo ito by 3, 3 times 0, it remains here. Ito rin, pi, 0. Pi, pag minultiply mo ng 3 yung 0, 0 pa rin. So it remains here. Ang mga kailangan mo tignan, yung mga highest points and lowest points. So halimbawa, ito ay 1 pi over, baliktad. Pi over 2, 1. Ito naman ay 3 pi over 2, negative 1. So ito yung mga maapektuhan. So multiply mo ito by 3, multiply mo yung y value by 3. So we get here, itong magiging bagong point, 3, ito magiging bagong point, negative 3. Okay? So ito yung magiging bagong graph natin. So yung mga x-intercept, hindi magbabago. Yung mga highest points and lowest points yung magbabago. Okay? Now, paano pag naging 0.5 lumiit? So, mag-shrink naman din. So, yung 1, ito din, yung mga lowest and highest points, lilit lang sila by magnitude, a magnitude of 0.5. So, ito negative po. Ito 0.5. Ito yung 0.5 part. Ito yung original natin. Okay, itong dashed 1. So, yung 0.5, it would be this part here. Okay, ito ang 0.5, yung red na nakikita nyo. Eh, ano yung negative? Pag negative, i-reflect mo sa x-axis. Etong part na ito, ayan, pupunta dito sa ilalim. Ito naman to, pupunta sa taas. So mag-swap yung place ng taas tsaka ng baba. Kaya ito yung mangyayari. Okay, pag nag-negative. Ano ang range na niya ngayon? For example, dito, ano ang range na? Ang range na dito, it would be starting from this line, this point to this point. So it would be, range would be from negative 3 to 3. Hindi na negative 1 to 1. Negative 3. 3 na. Dito naman, ano ang range natin? Range would be from negative 0.5 to 0.5. Okay? Alam ko may pang mga horror stories from high school, yung mga negative 1/2 sine of 2x plus pi, nilalagyan pa sa loob. Tingnan natin kung we have examples here. Kasi we will not delve too much sa graphing talaga ng trigonometric functions. We are more interested sa yung basic graphs lang talaga ng sine and cosine. Kasi pag dinaanan pa natin yung mga negative 2 times sine mga x plus 3 pi over 2. Medyo katakot-takot na yung mga gagawin natin yung mga horizontal shift, vertical shift, and so on. Okay? So, daanan ba talaga natin? Okay. Wait lang, let me check. Dadaanan nga talaga. Okay, dadaanan nga talaga. Okay, sige. Daanan natin. Pero, like I said, hindi masyado nagmamatter sa calculus part to. Okay? So, consider, kanina amplitude yung binago. Ni-stretch natin yung y coordinates. Ngayon, what if yung binabago mo na yung x coordinate? So consider f of x equal to sine bx and g of x cosine bx. Now, b is positive. To complete one period, so ibig sabihin, pag one period ka, yung x mo, it's just between 0 to 2 pi. Yun yung one period 0 to 2 pi. Pero ngayon, yung dx mo, paano pag yung x mo, pinalitan mo na ng some number px. So mangyayari, bx is between 0 to 2 pi. So x is now between 0 to 2 pi over b. Okay? So, etong 2 pi over b, kung ano tong number na to, ibig sabihin, after 2 pi over b, isang wave na yung ano mo. Isang wave na yung function mo. Kanina, nagwa-wave siya 0, yung sine 0 to 2 pi. 2 pi, yun na 2 pi. Pero, pag may naka-multiply na sa loob, umiikli siya actually. So, pwedeng dito humihinto. 2 pi over, kunyari, may 3 ang naka-multiply dito. 2 pi over 3. Hihinto siya pag ganun. Okay? Hihinto. Okay? So, let's analyze this one here. So, kunyari, f of x sine x. Ano sine 2x? So, pag sine 2x, we will have here 2 pi divided by 2. So we get here pi. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga x coordinates yung matataya. So, ibig sabihin, yung color green natin, ito, na naging color red, yan yung original natin na function. Tapos, pag nag-sin 2x ka, ibig sabihin, iikli siya hanggang pi na lang. Itong buong green na to, ma-shrink siya sa part na to. Ito yung part na yun. 0 to pi. So, para madali nyo maalala, ang magiging taya dito, yung mga x coordinates. So, dito, di ba, ito, 0, 0, ito, pi, 0, ito naman, 2 pi, 0. Tapos, di ba nag 2 pi divided by 2 tayo? So dito, i-divide mo by 2. Dito rin, i-divide mo by 2. Ito, i-divide mo rin by 2. Kanina, yung nag-amplitude tayo, nag-multiply tayo sa y-coordinate. Dito naman, mag-divide tayo sa x-coordinate kung ano yung number na dito. So ito, 0 over 2, you remain here. Ito namang pi, pi 0, pi comma 0, magiging pi over 2 comma 0. Mag-jump siya dito. Tapos itong 2 pi comma 0, mag-jump siya, magka-cancel to, jump siya sa pi comma 0. So that's why etong lumang graph mo, eto yung bago mo makuha ang graph. Okay? Pwede yung isipin, umikli siya. Pag lumalaki to, umikli. Pero ang tamang interpretation talaga, dumami yung wave. 1, 2. Dumami talaga siya. Okay? Dati, isang wave lang. Pero naging dalawa na ngayon. Ang nangyari kasi, na-shrink siya. Yung pagkaka-shrink na yon, etong green, nung na-shrink siya, eto yung itsura nung, kala mo umikli, pero dumami siya. Dumami talaga siya. Okay? Paano may x over 2? Pag x over 2, 2 pi over, ito ay 1 half x over 1 half. So magiging 4 pi. So this one here, gaganon ulit, balikan mo yung mga special points na to. Yung kanina sa amplitude, ang tinignan natin yung highest and lowest points. No? Dito ang titignan natin yung mga x-intercepts na. X-intercepts, so 0, 0, pi 0, ito 2 pi 0. So divided by 1 half, divided by 1 half, divided by 1 half. So ito ay 0, 0. Ito ay 2 pi 0. Ito ay 4 pi 0. Okay? So, yung 0, 0 sa 0, 0 pa rin. Yung pi 0 pupunta sa 2 pi 0. Ito na yung bago niyang position. Tapos yung 2 pi 0 pupunta sa 4 pi 0. Wala na dito. Nasa labas na. So, ito na siya. Kaya i-connect mo siya, itong yellow na nakikita mo. Okay? Ito na yun, mahaba siya. Parang humaba, kaya mo humaba, pero yung isang period niya, tumagal lalo yung isang period. Para makuha yung isang period, tumagal siya. Okay? Parang kailangan niya makabuo ng 4-5 pa para makabuo ng isang period. Kala mo lang lumaki, pero tumagal pa siya. Okay? So, ayan, yan yung amplitude tsaka change of period. So, sana nare-review kayo. Pero again, sabi ko nga, hindi mo siya itong i-review lang natin ulit para maalala. How about horizontal translations? So, consider, pag horizontal translation naman, ang itsura niya, sine of x minus c or cosine of x minus c. Pag may minus ka na sa loob, ano ibig sabihin? So, notice ka sa x So, ibig sabihin, mag-shift ka c units to the right pag c ay positive. Pero pag c ay negative, magiging x plus c yan. So, ano ibig sabihin? Yan dito kailangan, pag ang meron ko kunyari sine of x
minus pi over 2. Ibig sabihin, titignan mo lang ulit yung mga x-coordinates. Pero this time, x-coordinates, hindi lang ng x-intercept. Okay? Titingnan mo pati x-intercept ng highest and lowest peaks. So lahat taya na. Kanina, pag dito, x lang, x-intercept lang yung taya. Dito, sa amplitude, y coordinates lang nung y coordinates lang nung highest and lowest peak. Pero pag horizontal translation or horizontal shifts na, lahat taya na. X-intercept or mapa highest point, lowest point. Pero ang maapektuhan lang doon, yung x coordinate lang. Kasi nag-shift lang yung x. Yung y, hindi maapektuhan. So halimbawa, x minus pi over 2. So this part here would move pi over 2 to the left. Ay, to the right. Sorry, to the right. Ay, ano ba yan? Ito pala yung pi over 2. Uusog ito dito. Tapos ito naman, ito ay pi over 2, 1. Uusog siya sa, dadagdagan mo ito ng pi over 2, magiging pi, pi, 1. So, uusog siya sa pi, 1. Okay, ito uusog dito. Ito naman, uusog doon. Okay, so you see, uusog lahat ng 1 unit. So, ito will move here. This will move here. This, kasi ito ay pi, 0 plus pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. Ito yon. So, ito. So, nag-shift lang siya. Pag ganun. Okay? Umusog lang siya. Hindi nagbago yung, hindi siya na-stretch, hindi siya na-compress, nag-move lang siya. Same idea, okay? Pero paano pag meron kang sign, halimbawa, 2x minus pi over 6. So pag ganyan, if-factor out mo muna yung 2. So magiging x, ay pangit pala, pi over 3 na lang. Okay? Sin x minus pi over 6. Okay? So, i-shift mo muna siya by pi over 6 units to the right. Okay? Pag na-shift mo na siya, eto ka, mag-shift lang siya, pag ganyan. Tapos, may 2 ka pa doon, i-divide mo lahat ng mga, so eto ngayon yung pi over 6, no? I-divide mo lahat ng yung bago nating x coordinate by 2. Oh, ay, wait lang. Am I doing it right? Wait, parang mali yata yun. Oh, yeah. 2x minus pi over 6. Uusog siya by pi over 6. So pi over 6, 0. Ika lang ha. Tama ba? I-divide ba? Or should I divide first by 2? Wala lang, mawala ako din bigla. Nawala ako bigla kung mamultiply mo siya. Kasi pag dinivide mo siya by 2, 2x minus pi over 3 sine, okay, sine 2 times x minus pi over 6. Okay, ano ang zeros? Zero siya kapag 2x minus pi over 3 ay zero siya kung zero to, halimbawa. Pag zero, yan. So we get here 2x is equal to pi over 3. X equal to pi over 6. Okay. So multiple nga talaga siya ni pi over 6. So ibig sabihin, 2 times x minus pi over 6. This one is pi over 6, 0. So unahin natin yung multiplication pala. Unahin natin yung multiplication. 2 times x minus pi over 6. We start first with the multiplication. So mangyayari, sine 2 theta ka muna.
So that would be 2, ano yan? 2 pi divided by 2. So this point, titignan mo lang yung mga x coordinates. Okay? So this pi here will be divided by 2. Mapupunta siya dito. Etong 2 pi, mapupunta siya sa 2 pi divided by 2 sa pi. So we get this part here. Sorry. Okay. So, yun yung 2x minus pi over 6. Unahin mo muna yung mga amplitude and period. And then, saka mo i-shift by pi over 6 units to the right. Saka mo siya iuusog by pi over 6. Okay? Hindi yung mauuna yung nandito sa pi over 6. Unahin mo muna yung nandito sa labas, yung naka-multiplication. Kaya parang PEMDAS din siya. Mauuna yung nandito sa labas, 2x. Okay? Doon din parang. Tagal ko na kasi hindi nag-graph ng mga trig functions. So parang pala mag-graph ulit ng trig functions. Okay? May question pa so far? Okay? Tingnan natin. Yung vertical translation, ganun din. Vertical translation naman, ang magiging taya, lahat ng ano natin, highest point, lowest points, pati yung mga intercepts. Okay? Ay, pati yung mga intercepts din. So, vertical translation, halimbawa, ito 0, 0, ito pi over 2, 1. So, kunyari, meron kang sine of sine x plus 3. Okay? So, sine x plus 2, sine x plus 2, mayroon ka sa labas. So, ibig sabihin, lahat itong mga y coordinates mo, kanina x coordinates na dadagdagan. Ayan. Y coordinates na 0 plus 2, 1 plus 2. So, ito, 0 plus 2, 1 plus 2. Ito naman, pi, 0, pi plus 2. Ito, 3 pi. Ang 3 pi over 2, negative 1. Ito, plus 2. Hindi multiplied by 2 kasi pag minultiply mo, negative 2 yan. Bababa. So, plus 2, negative 1 plus 2, positive 1. Ito na siya. So, pag ginumpleto mo siya, ito yung makukuha mo. Graph. Tumaas siya. So, pag nagbawas ka naman ng negative 2, halimbawa negative 2 plus sine x, you will get this part. Okay? So, katakot-takot lang talaga. Pero, pag nagsama-sama sila, yun na nga, uunahin nyo yung naka-multiply. Okay? You always start with a vertical, uh, huli mo lagi yung horizontal translation tsaka vertical translation. Uunahin mo lagi yung amplitude tsaka period. Okay? Unahin mo lagi yung mga yan. Okay, so, ito yung may nagtanong sa akin last time na bakit may vertical translation, horizontal translation, may reflection, absolute value. May dagdag na, number 6. Ito yung number 6. Useful for straight and step functions, horizontal stretching, or compression and shrinking. Pero, hindi natin mas maganda kasi siya. Ito yung abstract, ito yung talaga yung rule. Paano kapag yung naka-multiply sa loob greater than 1, pero pag between 0 and 1, it's actually better to attack it kapag nakita mo na yung actual function. Okay? Kasi minimemorize mo to. Okay? So, mas maganda, ina-attack mo talaga siya by concepts or by examples talaga. Okay? Okay, so, useful siya for trig and step functions. Okay? So, pakita lang ulit natin to. Ito yung graph ng circular function. So, ang domain ng sin x, set of all real numbers. Ang range ng sin x from negative 1 to 1. Tapos ang cosine naman, domain is set of real numbers. Range of cosine is from negative 1 to 1. Okay. So next speaking, time na kasi, next meeting, we will delve into yung graph naman ng natitira pang mga ibang function. Tangent, ano pa ba? Cotangent, and so on. Okay? So, any questions? Wala? Okay, siya. So, on Tuesday, we'll meet face-to-face